All right. Hello, 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 and welcome. We are here playing masks. Just having some fun with our five characters in this comic book that we do week by week. Last time, well, the characters tried to deal with a failure um, of sorts, with a villain getting away and many innocent people hurt and killed. Um, some turned to alcohol, others physical violence, just in a letting themselves get beat up sense. Others tried to turn to each other to walk one another through. And still another, namely Harlot Dusk, um, tapped into their darker self. The doom that seems to wait inside of her, waiting to come. And her anger and rage at Element, the killer of the city, opened a portal directly to that woman. Upon getting her, she set out a cry, giving away the location through GPS. It was quickly captured, and our crew arrived on the scene as it seemed that some entity that took the shape of darkness with silver lining, portraying itself as a wolf, looked like it was descending from the heavens to devour Sally Jane. With our crew fighting, Betty Burkhart lost control of herself, giving over to whatever it is that truly lurks just out of her well maintained persona, and ended up crushing every bone in the body of Element and rolling her up into a fleshy ball and tossing her aside like trash. Coda, not knowing what to do, contained Betty in a ball of steel, while Sally reached out and took away the memory of her doing this, thinking it's too much for the girl she knew, wanting to preserve her as much as possible. Though, even as she created this cage of psychic magic, she saw how fragile it truly was, and will likely only postpone the inevitable. We're going to pick up as we see the alien figure of Finn and Erica over a lonely, unmarked grave where they have deposited Element's body in what used to be a garden of the Elder District. What would the two of you like to do?
I feel like Erica would be quietly thinking to herself, really hope there isn't a milestone for burying your first body and not telling anybody about it. Because that'd be a really bad milestone to have.
Well, now that you mention it, on my planet, no, I'm kidding. We don't have anything like that. Yeah, that would really not be a good milestone to have. Wait, are milestones stones that are a mile long, or I'm not sure I understand what that is, but you're not
It
wrong.
it's like whenever something significant happens in your life, like the first time you drink alcohol ever, or your uh 16th birthday, or the first time you buy a car. Milestones.
I mean, I guess that does make sense, but yeah, burying your first body shouldn't be a milestone. I mean, killing shouldn't be a milestone, but you've seen how we've gone the last few days.
And from behind you, no, it should not. And you turn to see a tall, thin form, vaguely feminine. A face tight, eyes yellow like fins, white hair tightly pulled back. Their skin and face vaguely reminiscent of Finn's. Finn, you recognize this as one of your people, though they've not allowed their face to look so human as you have. But she stands in essentially a white dress that is fully opaque as it covers her body, and as the wind here blows and it leaves her body, it becomes nearly transparent and almost ghost and wisp-like as she holds her hands in front of her with fingernails that have been replaced by a silvery metal.
Ambassador, what are you doing here?
It is you. It is you who was supposed to be studying them. Is that not your mission, Finn?
Well, yeah, it is. That I thought that I was.
And it seems you're becoming them.
Well, isn't the best way to learn about something to, like, I thought ingratiating myself into the society would help me learn more about them.
You are correct, but not to the point you forget who you are. And here I find you. Sorry. Here I find you. Burying a body for an earthling. Murder, Finn.
Well,
What did you have
You-
to do with this?
I didn't really have anything to do with it. I woke up and found her like this, but it's not my fault humans are so fragile.
Did you... Are you sure your abilities did not do this?
I tried to stop it and I got knocked out. I didn't have anything to do with this one. I mean, any of them.
Turns to Erica. You, designation friend of Finn. Give me a report of what happened.
Erica kind of gives a slight bow of her head because she recognizes that this is like a very important person. One of our friends got kidnapped, and we went to go rescue her.
And how did that go?
Not as great as we wanted.
Details.
After things started going badly, one of our friends lost control and turned her into a meat cube.
And those you who consider yourself hero, consider yourself paragons of morality and virtue, seek to hide this from those who could help.
We weren't trying to hide. I thought it would be respectful for the body to be laid to rest, as per the humans' customs. We weren't trying to hide anything, but from what I understand, they bury their dead, and I felt like leaving the body where it was would be insulting.
Tell me, designation friend, is it your morality to deceive our race?
I'm sorry, deceive you about what?
Tell Finn if he is correct.
I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of burial we do here.
Were you helping him conceal or not? Tell him to his face.
We're not hiding it forever. I just don't know who we're going to tell first. Betty needs to get home, and I don't know if we can just tell. I don't know how Aegis is going to react to this.
And so in ignorance, you choose deception. And take one of my people ignorantly into it.
Well, I wasn't just going to leave her body there for anybody to walk across.
Did you tell him that this is not normal? That many would consider this illegal and perverse?
No.
Is it illegal? And would many here consider this perverse? Tell him.
Yeah.
So
Finn?
what we're doing is wrong? You can't blame the humans for what I suggested. I was the one that suggested burying them. Whether I was warned or not, it's on me. It's not on them.
What do you say, Erica?
At the moment, I thought it was a good idea. Because, well, there's not much body to even look at. It's a meat cube. When we tell Aegis what happened, we'll tell him, oh, we buried her here. It's not like there's an autopsy they can do other than, yes, it's her body. There's no defining features left.
Sounds like a lot of justification. doesn't it? Don't worry. Finn is my concern. I, of course, will not support you keeping this forever, but if this is the path the heroes of the sword have chosen, it is also against us to interfere.
Well, then, why are you here breaking the... Earth is supposed to be off limits except for the exploring team.
And if a monitor is appointed, which it has been, we watch. And a person of the sword, a Burkhardt, said, somehow contacted us. We didn't know they fully could, and simply suggested we look in. They were worried, concerned. It was good they
Betty?
did. Elizabeth seemed to be her individual, more common designation. And we witnessed you. So, I am willing, and I have already decided, Finn, to take all of your words in this matter, that you would not lie to a monitor. I hope this planet has not brought you to that in your interest in learning. That while you should practice their customs, we quite liked your hangover report. It is not to you to become one of them. Know that I will now be watching and monitoring. And with our agreement with the organizations of this world, we may report this should you, I assume, forget of your victim for too long.
I don't think this is an easy thing to forget.
Good. You give me hope, Finn. Now, do you wish to stay with me or continue on your own?
Oh, I haven't finished my work here.
Fine.
Right.
And she kind of waves a hand, and this orb of light flies across and quickly enters your hand. Then contact me should you have questions, in need of support, or counsel. I am here to watch. I am also here to assist. Understand?
Yes, Ambassador.
Good. Well. I approve of the depth. It will not be very discoverable. And she turns.
As she leaves, Erica lets out like a breath that she didn't realize she was holding in.
Yeah, can you see why I wanted to get away? That my people are so serious all the time.
Honestly, Finn, I think that's an adult thing.
Well, then I don't want to be an adult. If this is what being an adult is like, it sucks.
Maybe we'll become different kinds of adults.
Maybe. But she has a point. We can't just keep it a secret. We probably need to tell Aegis what happened, or at least the agent that was with Betty.
I'm worried about Betty. What she did, I'd never seen her powers do something like that.
At least the person she killed was evil.
I know. It still doesn't make it right, though.
Yeah, death isn't good.
You notice a mechanical drone flying towards you.
Oh, great.
And it stops about 5 feet in front of your face. A compartment opens up and simply says, "Taco delivery."
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I forgot about my daily taco delivery. Thanks, Robot.
And
Tacos make everything better.
the case of it has the mark of Aegis on it. Just a little stamp. And flies away. In case you don't remember, Betty asked the agent to send her food here.
Mm. Remember how Betty asked the agent to send food here? I think this is it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought
Actually, you as characters weren't there. I was just
Oh.
reminding you as players,
Oh.
so you knew where it was coming from.
Yeah.
Like as the players, simply like, what the hell?
Ah.
I mean, I wasn't gonna turn down free tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then from here, where would you two like to go?
I think Erica would insist Finn coming back with her to her place just because none of us should be alone after what happened.
Yeah, that probably makes sense because Finn doesn't technically live alone. There's a robot, but yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're able to make your way there. And see, Alakazam's not. Seems like they're probably asleep. They're giving you space, and they normally would. They don't necessarily usually greet you unless you seek them out.
Mm.
Except for breakfast is usually the only time they make themselves. Make sure they make oatmeal for you. And we can move.
I love oatmeal.
Amazing. So then we will move over to I think to a very, very 50s house. Brick, sturdy roof, ranch. On a fold-out couch in an amazing plaid pattern lies Dakota Kane. Sally, you wake up before Betty. It is morning. What in the world are you wearing?
So Sally's probably... She wakes up and she's going through Betty's clothes, actually, while Betty's still asleep. And she's looking and kind of like tossing clothes everywhere. And then she finally finds a very like old dress, like looking kind of 50s dress with stripes going down it, pink. And she's like, I guess this will work. Just throws it on.
Okay. Very cool. So being up there, Coda's in the other room. Betty's mom kind of whispered in very worriedly, but trying to give some space, that just like, I'm just gonna go out, get eaten. I'll get some bacon and eggs for all of you, and I'll be back. Orange juice? You like orange juice?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Doesn't quite know what to do. But then takes off. And and keep the boy out of the room. Thank you. And
Yeah, no worries.
what would you like to do? And father's at work. The house seems to be empty except for all of you.
Sally's gonna kind of just like go up to Betty and kind of like sit next to her and like put her hand on her, be like, Betty, it's morning.
So Betty just
So
kind
it's
of
gonna
comes
look like a kung fu pose at waking Betty up.
So yeah, she just kind of wakes up and immediately grabs her head, and she says, "Oh wow, I think I have a hangover."
Yeah, here's some aspirin and water.
She goes ahead and drinks it, and then I think right about now, as she's kind of getting her vision back and just seeing the two of you, wow, you two look really good.
Betty, there's only me in the room.
Oh, I thought he was in here.
No.
I'm just the only
Yeah.
boys in the room.
I think
Oh.
he thought he was in there too. It's okay.
Okay, that's why I was confused. Karate pose. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she says, "Wow, you look really good." Wait.
Thanks, it's your clothes.
Oh yeah, we're in my house.
Yeah,
Oh, what happened? I don't. I remember going to the bar and then getting in a fight.
yeah, and then you kind of like kicked ass there for a minute, Betty, and yeah,
I hope I didn't hurt Coda too bad.
no, Coda's fine. Oh, do you not? Oh, what do you remember besides that?
I think. Oh, Agent, what's his name? I think he was there. And then they ran out of drinks. They were all out of drinks, and That's about it. I don't remember a lot after that. I guess I just came here?
Yeah, me and Coda brought you home last night.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was way out of it.
Yeah, you're a little drunk.
Well, hopefully not anymore. I mean, I have a headache, don't get me wrong, but I'm here. I can see everything, color, it's all back.
Good. You should maybe lay off the drinking too.
Yeah, I think that's what I decided to do.
Yeah. Last night was a little much. Got a little carried away at the end.
So wait, did you go to the bar? I don't remember you being there.
I think it's something that's probably best if we all get together and talk about.
What do you mean? I didn't do anything crazy, did I?
No, it wasn't you. It was everything.
Wait, is everybody okay?
Yeah, we're all fine.
Okay, because you're kind of scaring me with the tone.
It was just a wild night, but we should definitely all maybe go have lunch somewhere, breakfast.
Wait a minute. I didn't call anybody, did I? Oh my god, I
Who
did
do you
not
think
call
you
Rick,
called?
did I? Rick.
No, you didn't call Rick.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But let's go wake up Coda.
Yeah, sure. So she gets dressed and follows Sally to the living room.
All right.
Smells the hair pomade on Coda.
Very good. Kodo, do you feel like you'd be up?
I feel like I would definitely still be asleep.
Okay. And so what
I've
is
never woken
Kodo
up.
wearing as they sleep in wardrobe here?
Give me a second to figure what 50 Styles clothing is.
I see Coda like dressed like a preacher boy.
Yeah, like
Pretty
a Letterman
much.
jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I got the Letterman jacket on, just ripped jeans,
Amazing.
clearly overly gelled or greased hair that he keeps fidgeting with to try to get back to normal.
Perfect. All right, so he's sleeping there. Just want to wake him up and have any type of conversation you want.
Coda?
Yes. He doesn't even register who's talking to him yet. He's still just half asleep.
Are you okay?
Yeah. He's slowly getting up. And as soon as he sees Betty, he just kind of sits straight up and he's like, "Oh. Hello."
Hey, thanks, I guess, for the ride last night. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. No problem.
Has anyone seen my mom?
I think she's in the kitchen, Betty.
She went shopping, she said, to get you
Oh.
bacon and eggs.
She went shopping.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe we could call Eric and Finn and have them come over for breakfast.
yeah, that's a great idea. I can make something. Yeah, I'll make some breakfast. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
you go do that.
Okay. And so she kind of leaves the two of them and heads to the kitchen.
Coda,
Yeah.
once Betty gets out of earshot. Last night when I was in the sphere with Betty, I kinda erased what she did out of her mind. Well, blocked it.
That's blocked what? Sorry, I had a lot to drink last night.
You remember
Hard
the
to-
ball of element?
Coda's like jaw just kind of dropped. He's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, that
I
did happen.
honestly thought I dreamt that.
No, I wish it could have been a dream. But yeah. When I was in the ball,
So you just like snipped that out of her memory?
well, no, when I was in the ball with her, she it seemed like she was at a breaking point. And I didn't want her to see what she did and go off the deep end. So I put a wall up and kind of just made it fuzzy for her. She doesn't really remember what happened last night. And now I'm
I
feeling
think that's
bad about
honestly-
doing it.
Don't. It's probably for the better. I mean, like, if someone can not remember you turning someone into a meatball, you'd kind of want to let them not remember that.
But she'll eventually remember and she'll know I did it. And
Yeah, but just see it as
Yep.
the kindness that it was.
we have to let Erica and Finn know. Because I don't want them to make it, We should all talk about this before we bring it to her.
Yeah, I think she'll, like, even when she remembers it, she'll see it as the kindness that it was, helping her not forget something like awful, not like forcing her to. Not forcing her to forget a crucial memory.
Yeah, but we've also seen what she could become.
Do we know that
And that's
she's Elizabeth? I
Um,
guess
we
we
met?
would.
It's a good question.
I guess you would-
I think you can decide that because it's not like that's not a public figure. At the same point, it's not like it's common knowledge. I don't know if Betty ever mentioned that.
okay.
Let's decide that. Let's just decide that. Does Betty Friends realize that Elizabeth is her future self? Like, does she talk about being brought here by her future self? Because I can't fully remember.
I think so, because I think it played into the session
Yeah.
0 stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So yes, you know.
Yeah. I mean, what happens if this is one of those things that make her become that lady?
Sorry, repeat that. Sorry, my mic cut off a little bit.
What happens if this could be one of those things that make her become Elizabeth?
I mean, it's always plausible. I don't like. We should ask. We should honestly confront Elizabeth. Ask her if she went through this.
I mean, could we?
I mean, she is like a figurehead. It's not like we couldn't run into her somewhere.
Yeah, maybe we could.
Like, I'm sure she's not gonna hide from us. I'm sure. If she's just an older
Yeah, I
version
mean-
of our friend, I'm sure she'd be fine talking to us.
We would technically be friends then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's call Erica and then.
I want Betty to have called Erica
Okay.
while this was going on.
Perfect.
just because I love scenes like this. Now, whether or not Erica answers is totally up to her, or whether or not she's even there. But I think Betty would have got it in her head to call and let them know that she was making breakfast and that they could come over. So, yeah, she would call Erica's number using her code to punch the line out of the district.
Perfect. And then, so Erica, you get the call.
The first time you call, Erica doesn't pick up. Because she's still asleep. But if you call again, she will answer.
Okay, let's see if she calls again. She does. Okay.
You rolled 2?
Yeah.
Because I rolled 2.
So she calls back, like, right, because she's like, she overhears them talking in the other room, but she doesn't really know what they're saying. It's kind of just drowned out noise. They're speaking very quietly. So she knows they're not calling her. So she's like, okay, I'm just going to call her and then I'll make the plans. And plus, Betty's used to doing that anyway. So yeah, she's going to try to reach Erica.
No. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Erica, it's Betty.
Betty, what time is it?
It's morning. It's actually that's why I was calling. I'm making a breakfast for everybody if you wanted to come over. I don't really have a number for Finn, but Coda's here and Sally's here, and they seemed really adamant that we all talk, or at least Sally did. And I just thought, hey, why don't we just meet over breakfast and we can all hang out?
Erica looks over at Finn, who's currently in the corner of her room, but that also the closet, like half in the room, half in the closet. Is Finn asleep or awake, do you think?
Probably awake. I don't think his time, his what's the word I'm looking for? Like his sleep schedule was a little off, so like he'd probably be awake like first thing in the morning.
Oh. Erica kind of just like looks over, sees you wide awake, and is like, Finn's awake too. Yeah, breakfast sounds good.
And Erica, were you with me last night?
Yeah, you don't remember?
Well, Sally, okay, I know what happened, and clearly it's embarrassing. But whatever came of that, in the long run, I don't think it's that big of a deal, right?
You don't remember anything that happened last night?
Of course. I mean, I know about, the thing I did, but obviously it's, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little mortified. I just wish that Sally would tell me everything regarding it. And I was hoping that maybe when we talk today, we could kind of fill in some of the gaps, because I don't remember all of it, but I do know I remember dialing, and I just don't remember everything that was said.
So I did roll for this, and I kid you not, I rolled evens, and I was gonna do evens. I don't tell her, odds I will say something potentially horrible. So I'm not gonna tell you. Erica's gonna be like, thinks in her head that like, oh, Betty just got so absolutely blackout drunk that she doesn't remember. Okay, this is potentially okay. Then I can orchestrate so that we can get Betty to a different location than her house, because I feel like if we tell her, she might go a little bit mental. Okay.
Look, did I say anything to Rick that was?
Not to Rick. But Sally's right. We do need to talk about stuff. I don't think that your house would be the best place, mostly because it involves, our stuff. The wink wink stuff. If you get what I mean.
Not really. Did I do
The
something
hero
to you?
stuff. The hero
Oh.
stuff. And Erica kind of just like rubs her face because everything feels like it's covered in a layer of sleep dust. But yeah, since it involves that kind of stuff, I don't think we should talk about it like openly in your district, right? Because we have to.
No, nobody's here. My parents are both gone. We were just going to have breakfast, like I said, and honestly, it's kind of nice just being home for a second. But yeah, I mean, if you'd rather meet somewhere else, I'm sure I can package all this up and take it with me.
Yeah.
Where would you like to meet?
Erica quickly like slams the hold button and be like, Finn, where should we all meet together so that we can all talk about the stuff and because Betty wants us to go to her district, and I don't think it's the greatest place to have that conversation.
I mean, I've never had a bad time at the taco shop. We could always talk there. Or, oh, you mean like a private place? What
Yeah.
about like Sally's little hidden base thing?
That's a good idea. I don't know
Alright.
if we can do it, but we'll see. Okay. Do you remember when we went to Sally's special place?
Yeah, I got trapped there. I remember.
Well, we could go there and not get trapped there. I think that would be a great place to have the conversation. And
Okay.
everything.
I
Because
mean,
it
it's-
might go on for a little while, and
I'll have to ask Sally about it, obviously, but she's in the other room, so that shouldn't be a problem.
okay. Yeah. Well, let us know the details, and we're just gonna get ready and stuff.
And by the way, I don't know what I did, but clearly I made everybody sad, or I'm really sorry if I said something while I was out of it. No one will really tell me, so I'm not really sure what to apologize for, but I just get this feeling like maybe I did something wrong.
I don't blame you for any of it, Betty. I really don't.
Okay.
But there's more I want to say in person.
Oh. Okay.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just know that I don't really remember anything. So
We'll take it slow.
okay. So she hangs up the phone, feeling even more awkward and a little worried now, and she'll just call to the other room. Sally, I just spoke to Erica.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. What'd she say?
Well, it was kind of what she didn't say that was. Sally, what's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, clearly I upset Erica in some way. I don't know. Did I say something? I mean, I have so few friends here as it is, and I'm starting to think that I did something really crazy last night.
We we all did something crazy last night. It wasn't just you.
Oh, it was like a group thing?
Yeah, that's why we should all get together.
Oh. Okay, yeah. That makes more sense.
So, were they on their way over?
Oh, no, they actually want to meet at your place. They didn't want to come here?
Oh, my dad's house?
Yeah,
We could go there. Or are you talking about the other place?
the place we were at before.
Oh, yeah. Matt?
Yep. So to open up the rip in reality, this time, you will need a trophy of the last kill. And the blood of an innocent.
I say we just meet here. I mean, it's safe enough, empty house. Meal's already made.
You're quite darker than you were before.
Yeah.
There's been
Yeah,
a lot
sure.
of doom between here and the last time.
We could meet there. I just have to go grab a couple things.
Oh, can I help you with getting something?
No. No. Well, maybe. Do you do you collect your old trading cards?
Oh God, no. Especially not after what happened at the bank.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll be back.
We're not going to your house?
Oh, we are. I just have to go grab a couple things.
If it's
Totally
in trouble, I can call
like,
Erica
wait,
back.
wait. How about you stay with her and I go get the things?
It's a Coda thing to say.
Okay, Coda. Sally Jane's gonna
Listen,
write
I
down a
don't care what
list.
you need. He's gonna look at it
And
just
she's
kinda,
going
hold it up and be like, and he's like,
Well,
"Oh, I got it."
What does the list say?
So the list says Blood of Innocence and Trophy of the Last Killed. I'm gonna have to go with the Mask of Element.
Okay, now Coda react.
Coda's gonna just like look at it. I'm guessing the mask is part of the meat cube at this point.
Yeah,
So he's gonna look at it and just be like, "Yeah, I got this," and just gonna like fold it up, put it in his pocket, and just look relieved that he doesn't have to. Pretty confident doing this too. He has worked for pretty messed up people before.
it's true. It's like, nah. All right.
Thank you, Coda.
It's the detachment that's always made him feel safe. Just last night was too close to the.
Yeah. Like that makes sense. It was more the world getting turned upside down for him than anything, I think. All right. So a few things. Eric and Finn, you're headed towards the park then? What are you doing?
Is that usually where we go, or where we went last time for
The Ferris wheel.
Then, yeah, I think because I feel like Erica knows that like we have to use something to open up this portal through reality kind of thing, but I think since Sally Jane hasn't said like what we need to use, like it's like, oh, she just has everything handled. Because I think her whole brain is like now occupied with, oh God, we have to tell Betty. So like it's streaming through her head, like how do we tell her in the most kindest way possible? We don't blame her. Yeah, she lost control, blah 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 blah. And she's just like trying to figure out what to say.
All right. As you go to leave your room, there is a basket outside. And contained within it is a few pairs of cotton underwear, 2 chocolate muffins, a cold compress, Epsom salts, and attached via a cherry-topped pin, a note. Congrats. So many firsts at once. Rather quickly. I'm here, my... And then it looks like the pen rested and there's like an ink blot. And then it says, I'm here, Erica. And then there's another large blot where the pen rested. Love me. And it's the signature of Alex Sam.
Erica kind of just like picks it up and kind of holds it to her chest a bit, and it's like this warm, kind of sad feeling. My heart.
While she's distracted by the letter, Finn is definitely going to take both the muffins.
Amazing. Finn just takes both muffins. All right. And then, Coda, what are you going to do here? You can tell me just where you're getting these if you want. We can.
Yeah, first we fought her to not find there, like the meat there, to then ready.
Sorry, you started cutting out. I
Finn
missed
and
some
Erica
things.
getting up. Oh, so is this better?
Yeah. So, what are you doing first?
I'm gonna head to where the tube used to be, but now that they buried it, it's not there. So I'm gonna radio Erica and Finn.
Okay.
You guys have any idea where that came from last night?
As you quickly go to leave the house, before you get there, you see the woman you know as Elizabeth Burkhart. And she just sees
hello there.
you. She was waiting, and she hands you a card, like a business card.
Take the card. I'll just read. What's this for? As I read it.
It's just my number. Hi. In case you think I should be notified of anything. Kota Kane.
No problem.
She
No problem.
walks away down the street and greets people. She's got her hair done up and in a little beehive and is in full outfit. All right. And so you then you give your call to Erica, letting them know where her body.
Where is his body? I could have cube
Oh,
in front of.
Coda. Hi. We buried it in the park from the Elder District. I'll give him like the descriptor of where we did it. It's relatively unmarked, but there's
I'm not really.
what?
Sorry, I don't know what thing came so delayed, but go.
Oh. And well, it's underneath a tree. Probably can't miss the freshly moved earth. Did you need any help?
No. Why did you guys decide to bury a meat cube?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that Dad had that may have to do with necromantic magic, and leaving the body there both was kind of dangerous, but also, I kind of felt bad that we would have just left her there. And I thought burying her would be at least a kindness.
Oh well, it's not that big of a problem. She's some blood on her and I can track on the iron.
Wait, what? Why do you need stuff from her?
See you later. Hang
Wait,
up
Coda?
on that.
Coda?
Yeah. Aiden, we're having a really hard time. Your mic's breaking up.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Better at all?
Possibly. Try. Go for it.
I'll work on it in a second. Get the I know that I have a doc with Gladys.
Nope.
No,
We're not
that's
sure.
good.
I don't know what you just said.
Dang it. Is that better at all?
It's probably still going in and out.
What the hell is wrong with this thing? Sorry. Is that any better?
I think so, actually.
Okay.
So say your answer again.
I'm gonna for the vial of innocent blood. I'm gonna go to Dr. Gladys, the doctor that lives above me. It's like the only lady I know.
Okay. Be able to get over there.
Motherly figure for me. And oh yeah, and I'm just like gonna after like Erica's conversation, he, like take the earpiece out. So like Erica keep trying to questioning him for why he's looking for a lump of flesh.
Okay, so you're kind of going to where you think that they were that it made. Okay. So you have this conversation. So you walk in. I guess she's having coffee and cutting up some oranges. Let's see. Coda. Good for you to come. Out again?
Yes, I need blood.
Explain.
I actually don't really and ask for one myself. But I needed blood of an innocent person, and honestly, I know it's a bit more expensive here. So, 'cause the way I imagined her office is she does like criminals too. So some of the blood wouldn't be blood of innocence.
Right. She kind of is. Is this important?
I could say I've never needed something more in my life.
I think this falls outside of normal things, so let's just say I'll do you this favor and I'll ask for something later, huh?
No problem.
Okay. And she will get you this. in a marked thing. Kind of has, she's like, careful. I don't know how innocent, but. And hands you the blood,
Hopefully, it'll.
like in a medical vial.
Also, elemental's like corpse. Is there a piece of clothing I can to not have to like take the to pop or Betty?
Yeah. By the way, you're still breaking up again, or you started breaking up again. I think I get what you're going for, so we're continuing. Yeah, let me look. Trying to think here. Yeah, I guess really.
Is it bad that the only thing I'm wondering, yes, like, he's going to go and dig up the body that we buried, but I'm wondering, like, is he gonna leave it, like, as an open hole?
Yeah. I think. Okay. Let me quickly look at something here. I feel like this to either find or decide how you're going to do this. I want some type of roll here. Because I feel like this done wrong is risky. So I think let's roll danger.
No problem. That is. Sorry, I have to page. I think it's +2. It makes it 7.
Then let's do this. Can find a piece here. You can disturb the crime scene in a noticeable way. Or make the burial site more obvious.
I'll just.
Sorry, what did you say?
So I think is sanctions like crime scene in a way that makes it look like I possibly did this instead of it's like the
So
negative.
you're going with you're going with disturbed crime scene?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I think between delays and some other things, it's getting interesting. All right, perfect then. In that case, anything before you would all meet?
Hey, Betty, let's head to the roller coaster.
So Betty is like using Tupperware and just putting all this breakfast, this huge continental breakfast she put together, and just is like piling it all up, and making it, just kind of walking with this huge breakfast.
Okay.
So-
Get a
Sally
few
Jane.
looks, but
Sally Jane's kind of like holding her finger in the back, just using her telekinesis just to make sure it doesn't fall at all.
Yeah.
She's just watching.
okay. In that case, here in the morning, it's quiet. We'd normally be at school, but you were here instead. No one's at the coaster, of course. assume Coda gives Sally Jane the things and describe what you all want to do here.
So, when I first arrive, I'm guessing I see Erica and Finn, and what Betty's going to like. Sally's going to kind of just to give her a chance to catch Erica in a little bit before she runs into Betty. She's going to make the Tupperware almost like fall a little bit, not where it's going to all crash, but where Betty has to kind of like catch it to distract her.
That's
As
so mean.
Sally runs up to Erica. She knows how good your skills are. It's a 10. She knows you got this. And she runs up to Erica and goes, Erica.
Oh, hi.
I have to tell you something.
Okay. Like, I imagine that you kind of just like grab me by the arm and pull me away.
I grab you by the arm and then I pull you really close. I whisper in your ear. I kind of wiped Betty's mind last night.
Oh, yeah. Last night was crazy.
Yeah, she doesn't remember any of it. Really well. What happened and what she did.
I definitely see why it's important to swear off alcohol for the rest of our lives. Right?
That's a good thing to take away from this. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because the wall I put up isn't going to last long. I don't think.
Might be sooner than you think. Where's Coda?
Coda, how do you arrive?
Coda arrived. Can I be heard better now?
Not really.
Still in and out.
Almost like every other word.
Damn.
It almost sounds like you're overloading your mic. Let me look here.
Mic volume. Is that better at all?
I just did the automatically adjust. Try now.
Is that better?
No.
Let me try exiting back.
I feel like we kind of need that from Coda. I don't know. Anything in particular anybody else is doing? I know like Betty kind of got left being the dust there.
So I brought breakfast. It's still warm. I hope. She's just like carrying all this Tupperware with no help at all.
Oh, I'll help you, Betty. Here.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. Erica smiles at you, but I feel like if you look deep enough, you could definitely tell that her smile is strained.
Better.
I think so. So we got a strained smile.
Are you okay?
Now I can hear.
Yeah. Okay. There's lots of stuff to talk about.
That's what everybody keeps saying. But maybe we'll eat first, and then everybody will feel better about whatever it was we got up to last night. And I'm sure whatever it was, we'll get through it. And And she's like, she's been like this entire trip just been going through her head like the number of possibilities this could possibly be, and she just keeps thinking it's something like maybe they vandalized something, maybe they broke into a house last night, maybe they stole something, shoplifted. So she has no idea, but she knows that Erica looks really guilty about it, and so she's trying to comfort her.
Erica kind of audibly gulps and is like, why don't we get inside? And then
I'm sure whatever it was wasn't a big deal, Erica. Whatever it is, and you know, we'll come up with a plan, and we'll get through it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sally, I guess, sees Code arrive. Makes her way over to him. Kind of apologizes if she grabs what he has. Goes, I'm really sorry for making you do that.
As you take him, can I be heard better, by the way?
But a little bit better than how you were breaking up earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna like hand him over, and like he's also just like something else disgusting and like an elk's heart. It's like got an extra.
Thanks. I don't remember that on the list, but sure.
Honestly, I lost the list halfway through, and I thought there was 3 things.
There was only 2. Where did you come up with the third? She just smiles.
I don't know. And a heart. He just like takes the heart and just like throws it at us.
Alright. And then she grabs the stuff, gives you a quick hug, and then kind of runs off away from the group. And you see her kind of take the mask and then the blood and kind of pour it around it, creating a ritual as she starts chanting in some words. And if you're paying attention to her, this dark energy forms around her as the doorway opens. All right, guys.
Oh, good. I can't wait to get all of this situated.
Okay. Now, Harlot Dusk, this place is deeply connected to your power and sense of self. Is there anything different about it this time?
Ooh, you will definitely tell it has after this, since everything's happened and this is now the second time we've gone in here. It's gotten way darker. And in the pictures of where you'd like think of like if she had a picture of her dad, you see a person, but they look more like a shadow. There's not really any exact features, but just that male figure. And kind of more omniscience and almost like ever watching. Like one of those pictures where you watch the eyes and they're just little purple flame eyes, but they always seem like they follow you.
I love your Halloween decorations.
She kind of looks, that's new.
Yeah, there's a few villains I used to work with decorated just like this. Kind of miss it.
This place kind of changes, has a mind of its own, I swear.
So I think Betty will go back to the kitchen, gets everything set up, and just like make herself at home, getting the table set, and just like just hosting a breakfast at someone else's house.
Sally literally looks like she's terrified. You probably see she's sweating a little, nervous as heck.
Erica looks equally as nervous.
Oh, we should play the Monster Mash. That'll really set the vibe.
Yeah. Finn, you know that song, right?
What song?
Monster Mash.
I heard it was a Graveyard Smash, but I'm not too sure about the song itself.
I imagine Betty like going around like just like giving everybody a plate of food,
Yes.
and Erica's just getting increasingly more just like, oh God, do I just say something? What do I say? What do I say?
Well, why don't everybody just sit down? I mean, you all look so nervous. I'm sure it's not that bad. Okay, we'll talk it through, and it'll be fine. And so she like just goes and sits down and waits for everybody else.
You're right, Betty. It'll be fine. You want to give me a hug?
What?
Can I get a hug for this amazing breakfast?
Oh, okay. So Betty will stand back up.
And
Cross
Sally's
her on the
gonna
table.
look at Erica. She walks towards Betty and she's gonna kind of smile and then wink. When you feel the hug, you feel your mind become clear.
So I think Betty, who was probably bringing someone their breakfast, is just like drops the plate. What is this?
I'm sorry.
What did you do?
Coda just like instinctively puts up a metal wall in front of him.
What did you just put in my head?
Nothing, Betty. I cleared your head. You were drunk last night, remember? You couldn't remember everything. I just took away that haze.
I don't understand.
Erica?
Betty, do you remember now what happened last night?
I mean, I clearly, this is not real.
When you say that, you're gonna see Sally Jane's hand kind of hold out in front of you the mask of Element.
And it's tattered. It's got blood. Old, not fresh like what was recently poured. And more disturbing, you see the signs of your energy.
Think this isn't real?
Wait, you all knew this?
Betty, you were...
That's why I wanted to talk about it not at your house. Because I didn't want anything else to go poorly. We've all seen what can happen when somebody loses control around us. We need to be in a safe space, and talk about things.
There's nothing to talk about. If this is real, I have to turn myself in. And she's going to go. She's going to reach for the shield and kind of. But since this is Sally's home, I would give Sally a chance to stop her. But
Yeah. You reach for that shield, and she's going to fling it out of your hand with telekinesis. Betty, we're your friends. We're not going to let anything happen to you. You weren't in control last night. You saved me. She was going to kill me. And you saved me.
no, that's not how you save people. Oh, this is bad. This is really
Arguably,
bad.
it's more effective for saving people.
How?
I mean, now they can't go to jail just to break out, just to do it again.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I can just go around and force people. It's just like Aegis was saying. I'm not above the law. I'm supposed to protect the law.
I know,
But like,
Betty, but
at some
last
point
night
you kinda
you weren't in
are.
your right. Oh, sorry. You can go, Aiden.
No, you can go. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. My ear thing is just as bad as my mic right now. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Last night you weren't in control, and it was even worse after it happened. You weren't responding to anything that we were trying to say to you. And I don't think you would have been in any condition to go with Aegis if they showed up.
I was in no condition to be there at all.
You weren't, and it's my fault. Any of you were there.
No, it's not. That's not what I'm saying.
It's my fault.
No.
I'm the one who called you.
And you should be able to call me. I'm a part of the team. I was.
You are. You still are. You
No.
always are.
I have broken the one rule you cannot break. And you all know you all know Elizabeth. I cannot become Elizabeth. And if I try to hide this or try to run away from it, who's to say that's not how I become Elizabeth?
Then do neither of those, Betty. Take it and learn from what you made the mistake of doing, and never do it again, and stop others from doing it.
But how can I stop people from doing it if I'm not held accountable?
Because you are held accountable. You're holding yourself accountable. You say the government should hold you accountable, but how can they? You could literally break out whenever you felt like.
During this conversation, can I? Sorry. During this conversation, can I try to like step away and find a phone to call Elizabeth?
Describe how you would do that.
So just like what everyone's like, really intensely going through everything. I'm hidden behind a metal wall, anyways. I'm just gonna slowly just like back away from the wall.
So I will say there is a computer in my place because there's not many items in my sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
So you could probably get onto the computer and use that to make a phone call or some way to get a hold of her. That'd be the only way.
Yeah. So probably, I mean, the nice technology, it sounds like there wouldn't be a phone here necessarily.
I mean, I just remember Betty made a call here.
Oh, that's right.
there,
We
and-
did say that
Oh,
there
yeah.
was a phone. Yeah, we already
That's
established them being a phone.
Yep.
I think that I don't know, for whatever reason I feel like I just want to get verification that everyone's okay with that particular move being made here.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna call her to come if that's what anyone's worried about.
No. Sounds like we're okay. I just want to, it's just one of those things because it changed, it could potentially change the action in a dramatic way. So wanted to check in. So yeah, they're calling, and so we kind of have the panel of them going back and forth. You don't understand, and it fades to we'll say a touch tone phone, and you did. You hear the voice, Coda. How nice for you to call.
Dang, do you just have different numbers for everyone? That's impressive.
For that card? Yeah.
Listen, I don't know how much of Betty's current life is your past, but if you remember the elemental fight at all, you would remember trying to turn yourself in, and that's what Betty's trying to do right now. So if we can't stop her, you better do something about it. Otherwise, I'm sure the timeline won't end up the same for you either. I don't remember that happening.
You're asking me to stop Betty if she should try to turn herself in.
Yes. Also, I don't know if this is just like, would she? Because I didn't tell her the exact event. I just told her the thing with Elemental, and would she seem confused on why she wants to turn herself in, or would she seem like she knows why?
She's not really giving you a good indication on that, I would say. She's
Okay.
very even toned. She's even toned when she hands you the card. She's answering very even toned. If I am to talk to her before she does something, where are you now?
I can give you the best place that you can run into her.
Certainly.
The Ferris
tell-
wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, I promise to talk to her. I'm not going to stop her from anything. But I'll talk to her. She hangs up.
And I feel like it cuts back and it's like to the conversation, and Erica's like, which is why I think we should go to Aegis about this. It's not right that we just left Element back there, buried her, and somebody from Finn's planet contacted him.
Who?
It was your ambassador, right, Finn?
Yeah, she's a monitor for people like me.
What's a monitor?
I'm here to learn about you guys, and the monitor is here to make sure I don't mess up.
So they're a good guy.
That's one way to put it, sure. It could go either way.
Well, I'm certainly sorry that you wound up observing me. But Erica's right, and I know what I have to do, but there's no reason for any of you to be in trouble. So I'll take, obviously, responsibility for everything.
Erica's gonna shake her
no.
heads and like grab your hands. Like, no, Betty. This all is on us because we're a team. We stick
And
together.
as a team, I say we don't turn ourselves in.
That's not an option, Coda.
It is, though. It's just not one that you want to consider.
Finn, what do you think?
I think that if you turn yourself in, I need to turn myself in. Because you killed a bad guy, I killed innocent people. So, I'll let you decide. But it's the right thing to do.
There's another thing, too. The ambassador said that somebody contacted her. That it was Elizabeth.
Elizabeth?
And I don't know why she would contact the ambassador about this. Because now the ambassador's getting into everything that Finn needs to do here. So he's going to be watched all the time for doing just about anything.
She's probably trying to split us all up, or to disorganize us. I feel like we have to be unified here, and I feel like whatever we do, it has to be all in. Because I get this feeling that if she's behind bringing the monitor here, that's now causing Finn problems, then she's probably going to try to cause problems other places too. This is probably going exactly the way that she wants it to. And she has the benefit of knowing everything that happens. If only there was a way we could know what happened so we could stop what happened.
Our future boy's made of metal, sadly.
I know. Wait, documentaries. Like the one we saw, the documentaries. Finn, you were talking about how you watch all the documentaries, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be documentaries in the future. Maybe if we could get a hold of those, we would know how it all happened, and then we could stop it.
So your suggestion is to figure out how to time travel, find these documentaries, and then that seems impossible.
Well, actually, we don't need to know how to time travel, because there is one thing that I have a leg up on. I know a part of Elizabeth. Sally, you probably saw my room, and you saw that I still hold on to things from when I was 6 years old, and it's a little embarrassing, but I'm that's who I am. I'm a hoarder. I like to hold on to things. What if she's the same way?
Do you think she's held on to something that would be in your future and her past that would be the defining moment?
Well, yeah. I mean, how else would she be so up to date on all of this stuff? Surely she would have forgotten most of this. I mean, I don't even remember things that happened specifically 5 years ago. I can remember in general terms, but not specific dates all the time.
Do you
Yeah.
keep a diary?
Yes. Oh, that's it. We need to find my future diary.
Exactly.
And then we can find out if I end up with Rick.
Yeah, that.
But the other thing too, obviously, more important. That's it. We just have to find a way to break into her office and steal all of her stuff.
Didn't you say that you have an internship
Oh,
With-
I do.
for Cart Industries?
Maybe I can get us all in.
Or you
But-
could at least learn enough to get us in after hours.
But if the monitor's watching Finn, I don't want Finn to get in trouble. How do we deal with that problem?
We get the monitor to watch something else.
Okay, so we deal with the monitor first. So Finn, what do you know about the monitor?
You're muted, Finn, if you're talking. You there?
Monitors are like the ultimate arbitrators of our laws. If one of us messes up, it's their duty to basically either, depending what it is, take me back home or kill me.
Oh,
And I don't think they're concerned with you or any of you, because it's really just our people. And if I fail, then they're gonna probably deem Earth what's the word I'm looking for? Not right for our council, and it'll probably set back intergalactic relations with Earth and your solar system by at least 100 years.
oh. Maybe
So,
maybe that's why she's contacted them. Oh, this has a major flaw already. If I'm thinking of this plan, then she would have already thought of this plan. I can't be a part of the mission. Like, I can't be there when it happens. Otherwise, she'll remember where I was and she'll remember it through my eyes. I can't know any
Or
details.
we figure out if, well, we don't know if time travel necessarily is the exact same. What if it's just,
Or what if Sally can wipe my mind of the whole thing and then there's no memory of it?
Or I could just maybe block somehow her from. I don't know.
Would you be
Yeah,
yeah,
able
wait,
to?
no, we can just go into the mission with the plan of erasing your memory.
Would you be able to
So
do
that
that?
way afterwards,
I mean, I could. I don't know if it'll mess with you or what will happen if I keep doing it.
I mean, it's
That was-
either this or I fall into her trap and then it's even worse.
Then that's the plan. But how are you supposed to be our spy at the same time if I'm wiping your memory?
Well, you would be wiping my memory of the mission that I take part in. So my goal would be to get you all into the building. I can't really go much further than that.
Can you find where you sit? Or at least
mean,
think about where you would put it if you were her?
Yeah, and my internship, I get to explore her building quite a bit. I've been to one of her
Exact-
offices.
She has multiple offices.
Well, maybe I've only really been to one. I don't know if she has. She might have more.
Well, it
So-
sounds like we have a beginning of a plan.
Well, sort of. So we still need a plan for the monitor. Then we need a plan for, obviously, Elizabeth. And then we need to deal with the reality that is, Aegis needs to be notified, but maybe after we get the information we need.
I don't know how long the monitor's going to sit on that. She knows that Finn and I buried Element. And she plans on telling Aegis if we don't.
What did the monitor say specifically?
That she'll be watching. That.
Well, that's it. That's the plan. Finn can convince me to turn myself in, thus proving that he's making a positive impact on our people. She just has to see it.
What if especially she sees that you're reluctant to do it and that there's like the show of he says some really convincing things and it's almost like putting on a show for her.
Yeah, I'm totally game for that. Finn?
Old, are you there?
What exactly are you
Um,
asking me to do?
do you think the monitor would believe if we kind of almost put on a show for her that like Betty would pretend that she's unwilling to turn herself in and you convince her to turn herself in and she listens to you?
I think it would. I think what the monitor wants is not for me to convince the humans to do the right thing, but for the humans to do the right thing themselves.
Well, that's a lot easier. Let's show her what she wants to see.
Well, and that's the thing. He's gonna pull out the orb of light and just be like, "I'm pretty sure she's listening." Like I don't know for sure, but like, so you have to make the right decision yourself. You can't. Putting on a show is going to be
Well,
is not going to make her amenable.
well, I do want to turn myself in. So that part would be genuine. And it also would remove me from the mission, which is another problem that we could easily solve right there. It would be up to the rest of you to get the documentary.
What
I would
happens
say
if you
too, Finn,
turn yourself
you're-
in?
Sorry, I would say, Finn, you're aware that, remember, morality, your people's view of right and wrong is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the right thing could be many things. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
it's a little frustratingly that way. It's why like Finn has had a hard time understanding a lot of things. Why he always asks, "Is this what we do? Is this the right thing?"
Mm-hmm.
And because you got like the monitor's issue was the fact that she felt that you were being held in ignorance and people were lying to you and you were letting others deceive you.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of her main issue. And then of course just the matter of, alliance where she needs to tell somebody something, but not so much morality in the sense the humans understand it.
Okay.
Now Finn can reject that or accept that. Finn can do whatever he wants. But anyway, I'm sorry. Continue is what I meant to say.
Finn, I mean, how do you think we should?
I don't know. If you really think finding this documentary will be, will help, then sure. I don't know.
Well, I just feel like it would give us a leg up, and we would be able to beat Elizabeth at her own game. I mean, she has the upper hand right now.
And if we were to do this whole thing and you're to turn yourself in Betty at her work or at her office while she's there, there's a good chance she'd probably go with you, which would leave us the perfect time to go in.
Right.
And then the monitor would be monitoring you, if anything, to see if you follow through with talking to Aegis. So then we wouldn't even be seen.
I'm open for whatever gets us a path that we can actually move forward. And whatever that is.
I think that path's going to be your internship. And growing close enough to her without letting her know.
That's what I'm worried about, because she's the one who gave me the internship. She clearly wants me to have it for a reason. And I feel like this is so frustrating, because anything I feel like we come up with, it's going to be something she's already thought of. Because she was me, right? So how do I stop being her? And the only way I know is if we do something drastically different. But I don't think I can do anything drastically different unless I know what she originally did. Because everything I do is exactly what she likely did. And it's just leading me right back to whatever she wants. So maybe we could at least agree to... We'll just have to keep our distance from her, or just tell her what she wants to hear. Because if what I'm saying is true, then if there was a documentary, she's probably destroyed it. But I don't think I'd ever destroy my diary. So that's the part that I feel like... I think that could be the end.
I think that's what we need to find out to change you from becoming her.
Erica?
I like the idea of trying to get her distracted. I think that will work out for us. It will give us time to search the area where it possibly could be.
Okay. Coda?
I still don't think we should be turning ourselves in, but if everyone else is for...
I mean, we can cross that bridge later. That it's not necessarily the first thing we have to do. So we can continue to talk about it, because I do believe that whatever we decide to do, it needs to be all of us on board, including you.
I'll go along with it. I'm part of the group. I don't have much of a choice. I revealed my identity to the Aegis guy.
Is it bad that I somehow think that the Aegis agent just already knew? He seems smarter than he lets on.
That's a good point. Maybe he can help somehow. Oh, wait, I just thought of it. So now she thought of it. I need to stop thinking.
Is that really how time travel works?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does. Like, Can you remember everything you thought yesterday?
Oh, absolutely not.
Bad example. Bad example. Can you remember everything you thought 2 days ago?
Not everything, no.
Exactly. Imagine like 20 years ago. She can't remember everything you thought, just the overall arcing things that happened.
No, I agree. But I feel like if there was a heist to steal my diary, I would remember that. I have a feeling I'm never going to forget that.
But wouldn't your older self be overconfident?
Yes, I think so.
Maybe that's where we play our strengths off of, is knowing that
I figured it out. All you have to do is remember us winning, and then we'll win.
Could have just solved time travel. It's kind of like on Bill and Ted where they keep going, oh yeah, we'll just send ourselves a fax. Okay. Well, I think one thing is absolutely for sure, that someone else should lead this mission and they should not tell me everything. And I am totally on board with not knowing everything. It's the only way to catch her by surprise.
Sally Jane, do you think you should take point because you can, kind of put thoughts into people's heads?
Actually, I think Finn should take point.
Yeah?
I think Finn should too.
I mean, Finn is the one who's, I think, the one she's not going to be able to predict the most, because I can't predict Finn, and I know she can't predict Finn.
You're right.
Wait, predict me for what?
Exactly.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, no, I just meant that us being from different planets, sometimes it's hard for us to understand each other all the time. Like with ice cream flavors, and how sometimes you get the words we say a little mixed up, and then you'll say things and I'll have trouble understanding them, like the animals from your world.
I mean, you do have a point.
I feel like
What?
you're the best option to lead this.
Wow,
And-
I've never led anything before, so
Well,
this-
I trust you.
well, that's
You'll
good
do better
to
than
know,
when
buddy.
I led.
Much better. She just kind of smiles, clearly kidding.
Kind of just glares at you.
It was a joke.
He's also clearly kidding. He's also clearly kidding, but he's just like,
Well, should I excuse myself so you can all make the heavy planning?
Well, I mean, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
No, that's good. So I'll just. Is there like a soundproof room here, Sally?
Yeah, follow me to the containment center
Okay.
room.
And so she takes some
Don't mind the
breakfast with her
locks on the door.
because she hasn't eaten. Yeah.
does anyone else feel like that containment
Jane,
center
take-
is just a fancy word for prison cell?
So yeah, Betty will totally go in there, and
Cool. Then I think as that happens, let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So with Betty in a fortress of solitude there, what do you feel you all need to discuss?
Well, then,
Well, Finn, what's the plan?
All right. Lay out the plan, Finn.
you're muted.
If you're back yet.
He might not be back yet.
We're like, come on.
He's really working on this plan, guys.
Oh man, this breakfast is so good.
There we go. Hey, Finn.
Hey.
So everyone is eagerly awaiting Finn's plan.
All right. I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. So I watched this documentary, right? And there are actually 3 parts to this documentary, but it was perfect. So I know there's only 5 of us, and minus Betty, there's only 4 of us, but it should work, okay? So like in the documentary, they went to rob this casino, but like by the end of it, they made it look like they failed when actually they succeeded. It was brilliant. Like, I believe it was Ocean's 11 that they did that. It was such
Great
it was
documentary.
such a good documentary that like my mind was blown. And then they did it 3 times. They did the same thing 3 times, making it look like it failed, but actually like it actually succeeded. Like that we should be able to pull that off, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can make it look like we failed,
You
right?
want us to pull off an Oceans?
Yes. I believe that's what it was called.
I've never been ready for anything in my whole life.
I mean, there are 11 of them in that one, but like, and then they had 12, and then they had 13, which was a little excessive in my book. But on the bright side, that means that even Betty won't know that it's supposed to fail, right? She can be a part of a plan that fails, right? And so she thinks that the plan went wrong, right? Because her and Elizabeth's memory. So like, she'll actually be part. She won't know that the plan is supposed to fail, and then the rest of us finish off the plan. Now, for the exact details, I have no idea. It was a confusing movie, confusing documentary, but I'm sure that we can just wing it, right?
Maybe?
Nothing ever has gone wrong by winging it. So I
I
think
mean,
this
if
is
you have no
brilliant.
plan, there's nothing to remember.
Exactly.
See, that's not true though. We keep overlooking the fact that no matter what plan we end up coming with, she'll remember the outcome.
Well, no, that's the thing. Betty, will not have any idea that it's supposed to fail, right? And so Elizabeth Betty will remember that it failed, but not that we actually succeeded.
Oh, so we
Right.
never revealed to Betty that we succeeded.
Right. We only make her think that we failed.
All right,
And
I like
from
it.
from the last like 4 missions, we failed anyway. So like just be on point for us anyway.
Maybe that would be a bit too bad for her ego, though. I mean, we've had a few.
No, I think this is brilliant. This will work.
Yeah.
Look, you guys wanted me to be the leader because I have no idea what's going on. Well, that's what you get.
Fair point.
Fair.
All right, Ocean's 5.
Are you sure we should be oceans and not like I don't know other bodies of water?
The Lake 5.
I'm gonna at school next week. I'm gonna hand you a few VHS tapes and just watch them.
Oh, more documentaries. I love documentaries.
Okay, so plan and action. You have where you want to go. Now, what is the first step that you feel for this?
It's going to be Betty's internship, I think. Because that relies on her getting the information for us.
Okay. I think. All right. I'm gonna just because I think we're gonna have to go meta a little bit here. So let's do. I think for this is that we'll do we won't do a plan then, but we're going to kind of do it like Ocean's 11, as if you'd be watching it with like you know how like they're in the middle of something. And then it cuts to what they did beforehand.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how we're going to play this
Okay.
when we do it. So it might be next session. We'll see how this goes. In fact, it might be best. But the way it'll work is how well that goes will depend on dice. Now, if it's something you use your powers in, we could probably do normal. What about? I'm just trying to think of something interesting. This could be just like it could just be a basic freak roll. So at any point, as you go about doing what you all want to do, things could go wrong, or it could be a big moment, and then it could be, however, this is how I've prepared, and then we roll freak to see how well that preparation was. Does that
I
make
like
sense?
Yeah.
So it's like an extra move that you all get with this, which is I prepared for this. And then we have this whole scene of how that made it. Depending on what you do in that scene, how crazy it is to prepare for it, we might do an additional roll in there. But that's how. That way, it'll streamline it in the comic because it'll be just like, okay, here's what we're going to do, and then day of plan is kind of where we would get the little yellow box. And
Also-
proceed.
Also, I apologize. This was the best I could come up with.
I think it's fantastic.
I love this plan.
Yeah, I love it.
In Ocean's 11 heist.
It sort of reminds me of, doesn't Honey Heist have like a sort of a system that is similar in some ways?
Yeah, there's something like that, I believe. I
I
think
don't remember if it was that game or if it was another one, but yeah.
there's
I feel
another
it
one that
sounds
has a similar system to this too. Like, there's actually a few that my brain's going to. I'm almost attempted to switch to it, so pay attention to. Well, let's see. Yeah, pay attention to Discord because I feel like I want to get my head around this because I want to make it really good because I think it's really amazing idea. And so I think like even if we switch to like a slightly different system for this part of it, might be fun. Does that sound fun for all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
you'll have me the entire session next time. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Cool. Um,
Well, next week we're not meeting, are we?
correct. That's what I would say next session.
Oh,
So-
gotcha.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know if we will because it's not next week. Finn, we're not meeting next week.
Yeah, it'll be on the weeks like today.
Yeah.
But
So,
either way,
yeah, because next is Halloween, and this is during
Yeah.
trick or treat time, so I didn't take my
Yeah.
kids trick or treating.
absolutely.
Just yeah. So yeah, honestly, I'm trying to think of is there anything we want to accomplish in game because I feel like I just want a moment with this heist. To be honest, because I just really like it. I think I could wing pieces of it, but I would like just to think I'm gonna end up winging a lot of it, but just
So-
to get the system really down well.
One of my other ideas, we have the shield from the agent.
Mhm.
If Coda tells us we have the card from Elizabeth, and then we have the orb from the monitor, right?
Yeah,
So my other idea was to get all three of them in the same place. Because I see, like, from what I gather, they all have different, like, motivations and goals and viewpoints. So if they were all to be in the same place, that would be a good enough distraction for them. Because I mean, not only do we want to make sure that Elizabeth doesn't catch us, but the monitor is watching, and I'm assuming Aegis is as well. So the only other idea I had was getting those three in the same room.
I think that's part of it, and I kind of like the idea. And again, this is a conversation of us having committed to be somewhere within this whole thing, already having Rista, like already kind of putting the ante on the table, so to speak, and then deciding how well that went.
Kind of like Betty
Via
turning
dice.
herself in. Because, like, I could see that being that, like, scene. Like, Betty's turning herself into Aegis, the monitor's there to, like, make sure and record that this happens, and Elizabeth's there because it's part of her life. And that
Yeah.
would be, yeah.
Well, I also think that the monitor would be happy with Finn being entrusted with a mission, since they seem to have the issue was that nobody was trusting Finn with information. So to put him in charge of not only that, but also to have him be the one to choose how the information gets sent around. Like,
That's entirely possible. Yeah, the monitor. It's meant to be sort of a riddle. It's meant for Finn not to totally know.
right.
I think that's kind of
Oh,
their
believe me, I
this
don't.
kind of testing. It's like very it's meant to like be an off balance deal. So we'll definitely see how that would work.
Believe me, I do not know.
Very cool.
So
Yeah,
it sounds
I'm
like there's two plans. There will be the one that Betty knows about, and then there will be the one that the team knows about that she doesn't know about because she purposefully is. I think Betty, on some level, knows that she's not supposed to have all the information. She would not be suspecting this, but she would know that there's certain information she doesn't want to know. And
yeah.
so she just wants to be in the dark as much as possible. So that's what's going to make her totally on board for whatever happens.
Yeah, and this way we don't have to come up with 1,000 things ahead of time. You just kind of play the game,
Right.
right? Which I think is it's whatever it is similar to whatever system Adventure Zone is using right now. With a steeplechase, they're doing something similar to this. As far as the like, don't plan, just kind of go with it. I like it. So I do like that other plan. I think yeah, just kind of determine what you want to do. Because I think like that would be something like, hey, this is where, because what it would sort of look like potentially is like you go into a room and this is where Elizabeth would normally be in her office. Why isn't Elizabeth in her office? And that's when you'd kind of fill in the blank. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Hmm.
Yep.
Like, okay, there are 5 security guards here, or there would be if it's just whatever. And Do you want to keep it free for all? Should we do a type of initiative system where like we just go around and everyone has to come up with like we're going around sort of thing where each one person's coming up with a different reason, unless it's solo, maybe. Does that make sense? What I said?
I kind of like
Yeah.
going around in a circle for it, kind of thing. So it's like, sorry, I'm getting distracted because my cat keeps meowing in my room and I can't see him. Like, because that I feel like that kind of fits with like our Ocean's 11 thing. Like one person is doing something and then it transfers to another person, and maybe like their two things intersect in a slight fashion or something. But it also, I think at least for me, it will help me build off of like what I decide end up doing, from what other people have already decided to do, kind of thing. Because, like I feel like we could still talk about it and stuff, but then like there's that building upon each other's ideas kind of thing.
Very cool. So to help me out, the goal is to get a diary. Is this correct?
Correct.
Okay. Very good. And so because of this, that the idea of when you will all be doing this is a little, so we say, timey-wimey. In that, like, whether it's a month of prep, weeks of prep, where you said, okay, 2 weeks ago, whatever we need to do to kind of make the thing happen, if that makes sense. I think that works out.
Do we need to deal with the fact that Coda called Elizabeth?
Yeah, we do have that scene. I think maybe we'll get back in here, and as you leave, we might resolve with that so that we're good to go next session. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's maybe resolve that drama, and that way we're ready for the heist. And seriously, I absolutely love it when you said that. I was like, this is cool. We're
I was not 100% sure whether I was entirely serious, but once I saw the reactions, I was like, sure, let's go with it.
It's great. Well, I think it's totally that character, and I think that's the whole idea was like, let's have a Finn plan and let's see how it goes. I mean, a lot of everyone else's plan and leads have ended up in people dying and a cold-blooded murder. So,
Well, the whole reason that you guys chose Finn to make a plan is that it was going to be way out of the box. So
right.
This is what I got.
All right.
Betty.
The box sick that it's out of the box for a heist. We're doing a classic heist that it's.
You're saying it's not that out of the box? Well, you don't know how out of the box it'll get. It's hard to tell.
No, it is really out of the box because it's like such a classic heist situation. Like I think it's even more out of the box because of like the reverseness of it.
Gotcha.
I think it fits very well with Finn's character. I find it funny.
Nice.
And I think it's the one thing that Betty feels like she can use is the fact that her future self would probably be just as clueless about what Finn's move would be. And so
makes sense.
Whereas she could probably predict the other members of the crew a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
That and the other members have someone that we care about here, and Finn doesn't really. Like, we each have somebody that she could target, like Alakazam, my father, brother, Coda Kane's person that he lives with. Finn doesn't really have anybody on the planet.
That we know of.
Well, that we know of, but you know what I mean.
He has a pet and a robot.
Yeah.
But Betty doesn't know that.
You know he has a pet.
Betty doesn't know that. That's right. She hasn't met the pet. Either Sally.
Yeah.
I
On
just
that
like-
note, Matt, I need to skedaddle.
Yep.
But
That's the plan.
yeah. All right. I will be back next time. Not next week, but next time.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
All right. So you will exit the carnival there. Is that where we feel like we are, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cool. Perfect. Slow this up. So, after making some initial talks and plans, you get everything rolling up again. And would you all exit at the same time out of here?
I
Yeah,
think
I feel like
Betty's not going to stay behind because she got trapped in here last time, so she would follow someone out.
Sally, I think, would be the last one to exit.
Mm-hmm. The last
She
one.
just looks back and kind of shuts the portal and thinks to herself, I really hope you don't change any worse.
All right. As you exit, you see Elizabeth. But she's in jeans, a denim jacket as well, and she kind of has her hair not done old style, but modern, but reminiscent of somewhat how you used to wear, just like with modern flavor. And she sits there with 2 boxes of Cracker Jacks and 2 lemonades. And she's reading her book that you see. It's an old one. She looks up as you all exit.
upon seeing her, Coda's just gonna be like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh. My goodness, where did you all come from? What are you doing here?
Why are you here?
I'm enjoying remembering this place.
You remember this place?
Oh, I grew up in the city. One would think I would. Anyway, care to join me, Betty?
I'm gonna look at Coda, and if Erica's there, I'll look at Erica, and I'll I'll walk over and I'll say, because I'm thinking in my head, well, I've got to maintain the ruse. Sure.
Actually, we
Yeah.
can't right now. We have a school project that we have to get done.
You know, it's all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, I have some questions about my internship, and I'm sure she can answer those.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make sure that she catches up with all of you.
It won't take long. I'll if you just wait just a little ways down, I'll catch up.
Erica's gonna kind of like do that slow, like I'm okay, nod, as she kind of like pulls Coda along.
Betty, before you go, you drop this.
What?
You drop this, remember? And Sally's gonna hand you the Aegis shield.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And so Betty will sit down next to Elizabeth.
She takes out of her pocket a very dated branding box of Good and Plenty's. As she kind of leans the box towards you. Care for some?
Oh, I just had breakfast. But thanks.
Got the lemonade and Cracker Jacks for you.
So you just came by because you were wanting to remember things?
No. I just didn't want to say it in front of your friends. But I'm not going to lie to you ever, Betty. One of your friends called me. They were worried about you. And I think they actually wanted me to stop you from doing something. But I told them that I'd talk to you. Because I'm never going to stop you from doing anything.
Wait. What do you mean one of them called you?
You... If something happens to you, Betty, it happens to me. So, I'm concerned for you and me at the same time. It's somewhat difficult. If I care too much about you, that might be really messy. I feel like, I don't know all the time stuff myself, but then I find myself caring about you. Both as me and as you. It's a little weird. At any rate, Betty, I simply gave a private number to one of them and just said if they ever wanted to get a hold of me for something, then that number would get right through to me. And they called it. And they told me was that you were thinking of turning yourself in. And I said, what do you want me to do? They said, stop you. And I said, I'm never going to stop Betty from anything, but I'll talk to her.
And she's trying to like think back because she doesn't remember anyone calling, and so she's like really confused and well, no need. I just kind of look at her and I say, did you know what was going to happen?
You mean you killing that woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you try to...
I already answered that question.
I know, but I don't get it. I don't understand. You know what it did to me.
Betty. I didn't have your friends.
What do you mean you didn't have my friends?
What I said.
You mean... Wait a minute.
I hope I didn't...
You mean when you went through this, they didn't exist?
I don't know if they exist or not. I know we weren't friends.
You weren't friends?
I didn't know them. And
So, wait a minute. Wait.
I had no friends. No one accepted me, and this time, what I did do, to be honest with you, Betty, was I tried to make things so that you would be near people. And I hoped maybe you wouldn't kill Element like I did. So I guess I misspoke. It was always a possibility.
So in your own way, you did try to stop me. You did try.
But I can't. I'm not going to shackle you up.
Well, no, I didn't mean you had to. I didn't know. I didn't know that you didn't know the others.
Oh.
So you help. So I'm the reason, or you're the reason that I know them?
A reason. I don't want to give myself more credit than I'm due. I made it more likely. I tried to position things slightly differently than what I remembered. I didn't target them specifically.
I mean,
Not entirely, anyway. They were options.
so I mean, I get I'm connected to Erica. I know how. Is that why? I mean, obviously not from before, but is that why you wanted her near?
There are several friends you could have made that you did not make. That I made possible. I made sure were options or potential options. So what you have now, Betty, as much as this may be hard to hear, is your choice and your choice alone. If there's anything I am doing, it is providing options I didn't have. Which unfortunately means you killed that woman.
Yeah, I did.
But that also means that you really are friends with your friends.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's not more encouraging.
No, I mean, I'm glad that you're trying to help.
Are you still thinking of turning yourself in?
Yeah.
Think about this then. I won't stop you, like I said. Whatever you decide, you decide. But what bad will happen if we're not there?
And as Betty thinks about that, she's going to say, "Did you turn yourself in?"
That I can never tell you. Unless you make a decision one way or the other.
A decision?
I can tell you about what I did once you've turned away from it or turned towards it or taken an option that I didn't even know existed. But what if essentially you will do or you might do, I can't tell you. Believe it or not, the world's at stake.
You said that you didn't have my friends, but there is one thing I know about you.
Hmm.
I heard that you betrayed someone close to you. A friend?
Her eyes actually tear up. You heard that?
It's one of the first things anybody ever told me about you when I got here.
Then I'll confirm, since it's history. Which might mean you can't avoid that. Sure you don't want to know good and plenty?
I guess I don't need to know.
Do what you're going to do. Do what you think is right. But sometimes when we are concentrated so much on avoiding something, we make it happen because of it. So,
I guess that's a good point. Well, I appreciate that you came down, and I know you were just meaning well, but I don't want my friends to feel responsible for me or to be watching me like I could lose my mind at any point. So maybe if they call again, you can just ignore them.
I could never do that. But she takes out a phone. That number only goes to this phone. I don't think it will work if you stick it in that lemonade. If that's what you want.
She takes it and puts it in the lemonade.
Okay. You got it.
But thank you. And she'll turn away and head back toward where Erica was. And upon getting to that area, she looks a little disturbed. Erica.
Hmm?
Did you call her?
No.
Is Coda still here?
Yeah.
Coda, did you call her?
Nah.
Somebody did. Just if we can't talk about things together, then none of this is going to work. We can't be involving Elizabeth. And whoever tried to call her, don't bother doing it again. It won't work. And she just kind of moves past them, a little upset, but not really sure what else to do.
I wonder who called.
Yeah, Coda. I wonder who called. I'm telling you right now, Erica
all are.
totally thinks that it was Coda because everything matches up. He hung up on her.
Yeah, Coda doesn't have
gone
a
on
good
his
guilty
own.
face either ways.
And I feel like Sally Jane wouldn't have done it.
I love that as the perfect moment to go to credits.
Yeah, and I wonder who, Coda. See you next week. Perfect. I think that was great. And with that, we were at the session for today. Going to a review. Viewers, you watching, thanks so much for sticking along with our comic issue here. And we'll see you next week. No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.